Alright, welcome back to the workshop. Today we are building this miter saw station. It's pretty modular, so if you don't have quite as much space, I did it in 3 different sections, so you can modify that as needed. It's pretty basic, pretty straightforward how we did it. We're going to talk about how we did this, how we measured the middle section to put the saw flush with this other table. We're adding these T-tracks here, along with a adhesive tape, so that you can very easily set up a stop block. This slides, screws down, and you can make repeatable cuts. Okay, so this is the general idea. On the front, we're gonna leave the bottom open so I can roll stuff in. So that's the boards with only an opening on the top. So it looks like that. And then on the back, we're gonna have a stretcher at the top and the bottom to keep that more stable. So that's why we have the gap at the front and the back. I'll have numbers for all of these cutouts, and we'll show them on the screen here in just a minute. I haven't done the width stretchers. I think I'm gonna make it about 3 feet, but I haven't nailed that down exactly yet, but that's the next step. Easily the best part of the new miter station is going to be having easy repeatable stop blocks with a measure. Right now, I'm doing something like this to get repeatable cuts. The key with all of this stuff is, more so than being exactly at a certain number, doesn't matter as much as that all of them are the same. So right now I'm cutting the middle sections, which will be about 33 inches. And so I've got this set up, measured this at 33 inches, set up this block with some clamps there, and I'm gonna cut all of them. I need 6 at this size, so I'm gonna cut all 6 at once. Batching and cutting everything at the same size is definitely important. All right, we got 2 different styles of legs here. One is going to be flush at the bottom and have 1 2x4 length at the top. And then on the other side, we're gonna have room at the top and the bottom. So this is a great way to measure this. Just go ahead and use 2 cutoffs to square that up. Get your board in the middle there. And then I am I'm just using some finish nails to keep it in place to make it easier to do the screws. I'm using 3-inch screws here. Okay, so I've got everything cut out. This is the first bench. Haven't started attaching anything yet. Just clamped it up to see what it would look like. This is the general idea. You got these back ones, the back legs with the cutouts on the top and the bottom for the stretchers across. These end stretchers are 30 inches. We got 3 on the back and 3 on the front, so 36 total. And then the middle ones only have the front, so these are 33 inches. And again, the exact measurements aren't as important as all of the same pieces being cut the same. So you want all 4 of the end pieces to be 30, and both of the middle pieces to be 33 so that everything lines up. But they all need to be the same so that you can have everything square and level. But if it's not, if something comes out not quite perfect, we can fix that later. There's a lot of people aren't going to have level shops, so I think our concrete is going to be pretty level, but if it's not, there's ways to level this at the end with either leveling feet or some shims. But there's lots of different ways to do it. We'll show you that if this doesn't turn out level. But this is the general shape and function, and the reason we're leaving that front stretcher off, at least for now. At some point I might build cabinets and drawers, but for now I want to be able to roll things under it. For example, a trash can or a shop vac or a tool bench. There's all sorts of things that might be on wheels that you might want to store under here. I've got shop vacs and trash cans for now, but maybe some tool benches in the future that can stow under here and then get pulled back out and used around the shop. Found the best way to put this together is to just set it on the ground, put the stretchers on top, and then I've been nailing it with some finish nails just to keep everything in place, and then coming back around and screwing them together. Okay, I'm setting up my shelf for the actual miter saw and just laying everything out. I love these setup squares and clamps. These are the Irwin quick grip clamps, and I can't remember what the name of these setup squares are, but I'll link them in the description. They are they're not that much money, and it's so handy when you want to see what it's going to look like, what it's going to end up as. It's just really nice. Get everything clamped up nice and square, and then screw everything together. If you don't have 12 friends to hold the boards for you, it's nice to have clamps. Two things you can never have enough of: friends and clamps. All right, next step is to figure out how tall your miter saw is from the bottom to the top of the table. This DeWalt one happens to be right around 3.5 inches. Then after that, you want to put the stand in that whatever you measured lower, and then obviously key is finding level. Make sure that top to bottom, or left to right, back to front, corner to corner is all level. All right, so forgot to film this when I actually did it because sometimes I forget. The idea, this is melamine. You can do this with plywood. You can do it with whatever that you want the top of your table to be. But I like melamine because it slides pretty well. You can slide the wood across it pretty easily. It's very handy to have a slick surface. And then used a router with, I think this is 3/4 bit. Just clamp a straight edge where you want the track to go, and then use your router to route out this area for the T-track. Probably want to do it in a couple of passes. This is too much material to take out in just one pass. So adjust your router, do it in a couple of passes, screw in the T-track, and then for the stop block, I'll show you how we make this. Clamps in the way. All right, so stop block is just a piece of hardwood. I think this is oak, with, you can see on the sides, with a groove routed out there. I think I used the dado on the table saw for this, but you can use a router, whatever you want, and then make deeper inserts. Super glue these in there. And then this is just a bolt. Goes on there, goes through. This slides into your T-track. These keep it square. Let's come over here so we can show you. Get this bolt, goes into the T-track like this, slides down, and then you just screw it on there. It pulls, the bolt will pull up into the T-track, and this squeezes down, and then that is sturdy. That's not going anywhere. And you can set this with your tape measure that you put on with adhesive. And if you want a 130-inch cut, slide it over, screw it down, and it works great. All right, thanks for joining us for the miter station build. We had a lot of fun with this. I absolutely love it. I will link everything that we used in the description. We've got the T-track, the adhesive tape, the clamps, the squares, all of that stuff. We've got a lot more stuff coming out, so join us, subscribe. We've got the French cleat wall coming with lots of organization ideas. We've got some upgrades to our Harbor Freight dust collector. We've got a new impeller, the Cyclone, all of that stuff is working great. So subscribe if you want to see those videos. If you're still here, give us a like. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments. Thanks for watching.